Escape to the country in Palace in 45 minutes, followed by more creatures great and small. The vets are treating an injured horse today. Now, though, Nick Knowles demands nothing but perfection.
Welcome to the quiz show that demands nothing less than perfection. Behind this screen, the four contestants will be hoping their knowledge is flawless, because one single mistake could give the game away. This is perfection. Welcome to the quiz show where only perfect play is good enough. Behind me are the contestants. We call them the usual suspects. They're in our isolation room. In a moment, we'll find out which one of them has been randomly selected to join me here to play perfection. They'll then face a series of true or false statements. For example, if I said parry and riposte are terms in fencing, would you say that's true or false? Well, if you said true, I can tell you you'd be right. Answering true or false might seem easy, but if the contestant gets a single answer wrong, their opponents, the usual suspects, will be allowed into the game to capitalise on their mistakes. So, you know how the game works? Let's meet the usual suspects.
Hello, I'm Terry. I'm originally from Hull, but I now live in Chesterfield. I'm a retired lorry driver, and this is my first game.
Hi, my name's Ross. I'm from Fife. I work as a tourism lecturer, and this is my second game.
Hello, my name is Freddie. I'm from Exeter. I'm an administrator, and this is my second game.
Hi, I'm Bibi. I'm from Glasgow. I'm a lawyer and event planner, and this is my fifth game.
Welcome to you all, and best of luck as we now find out which one of you has been randomly picked to play perfection. Freddie, it's you that's been chosen. Please come and play perfection. Freddie, welcome to the game. Bit of a singer, are you?
Yes, I was lucky enough to audition for the English Toying Opera years ago, and I got in as a chorus member, which was quite exciting, actually.
Fantastic. It's lovely, isn't it?
Yeah,
musical
lovely
theatre and all that kind of
experience.
thing.
Yeah.
And when you're in amongst a whole bunch of singers really that can really, really sing.
Yeah.
OK, well, look, Freddie, it's now you versus the usual suspects. They were your teammates. Now they're your enemies. Their job is to stop you from winning the prize fund, because your failure will mean the prize fund rolls over to the next game, where one of them could be sitting here playing for a bigger total. Every game on perfection is worth £1,000. Here's the good news. Nobody's won the last game, so the prize fund currently stands at £2,000. So, if you walk out of here with £2,000, what do you spend it on?
I'd like to go on a cruise, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, smashing. OK, well, look, here's how the game works. You'll play 3 rounds and then a final. Every round that you achieve perfection will make the final easier for you. However, if your performance is anything less than perfect, the usual suspects will have the chance to step in and steal the round from you, making the final that much harder for you to win.
OK.
Usual suspects, we're going to switch you off for now, so you can't see or hear anything. And away they go. Freddie, now you can talk through your answers without giving away any vital knowledge, because they can't hear you, OK?
Right, OK.
OK, each round consists of 4 true or false statements. You'll be answering against the clock. You'll only have 45 seconds. Once you've given an answer, your first answer is going to be locked in. You ready?
Yes, I am. Thank you.
Good. Let's play perfection. Your 45 seconds starts now. The standard rate of VAT is 25%.
That's true.
True. British troops once set fire to the White House.
That's true.
True.
Yeah.
The 1960 film Ocean's 11 starred Elvis Presley.
No, that's false.
False.
Yes.
And finally, Lake Windermere is in the Peak District.
That's true.
True.
Yes.
And with loads of time to spare, you've answered all 4 statements. Happy with that?
Not sure, actually.
Which one are you worried about?
B, it's kind of,
B.
yeah.
OK. Before we reveal how well you've done, it's time for us to bring back the usual suspects. So, usual suspects, these are the 4 statements, and next to them are Freddie's answers. Terry, has she achieved perfection?
I think there's a couple wrong. The standard rate of VAT, I think if it was 25%, the country would be in uproar.
Right.
And Lake Windermere is in the Lake District, not the Peak District.
OK. Freddie, it's the moment of truth. You need to have answered all 4 statements perfectly to have won the round. Let's find out how many are correct. Just 2 out of 4. Certainly not perfection, which means you've let your enemies, the usual suspects, into the game. Usual suspects, can you steal the round? You can see Freddie's answers. You need to change 2 of them, but which 2?
A and D.
Yeah, A and D.
A
I
and
would
D.
agree, yeah.
We're going
Yeah.
to change A and D.
A changes from true to false. D changes from true to false, leaving B and C as answered by Freddie. Usual suspects. Let's find out what the correct answers are. If the statement turns green, it's true. If it turns red, it's false. The standard rate of VAT is 25%. True or false? False. It's actually 20%. British troops once set fire to the White House. Surely that can't be true, can it? It's true. In 1814, absolutely. The 1960 film Ocean's 11 starred Elvis Presley. Is that true or false? False. It was the Rat Pack movie. It did not involve Elvis. And you know where this is going now, don't you? Usual suspects. Lake Windermere is in the Peak District. True or false? It's false. Congratulations, usual suspects. You have achieved perfection. Yes, sadly, Freddie, the clue was in the question. Lake Windermere is in the Lake District, yeah. The usual suspects. You now have the opportunity to make Freddie's chances of winning the prize fund much harder in the final, and here's how. Freddie, appearing in front of you is your final board. These blank spaces, all 6 of them, need to be filled with subject categories. Here are your final round categories appearing, starting with rain, running through tipples, television, stand-ups, and all the way down to the Hulk and many, many more in between. If you'd won that round, you would have the opportunity of adding 2 categories of your choice to the board. But because the pesky usual suspects stole the round from you, they choose the 2 categories, hoping to make the final harder for you to win. Usual suspects, which 2 would you like Freddie to play in the final?
I'm going to think Civil War.
That was
because
what I thought.
What do you
Civil
think?
War.
Okay.
I think capitals as well would be.
Yeah, I think that's very good as well.
Yeah.
That's perfect for Freddie.
Okay,
We're going to go Civil War and capitals.
Civil War goes across as the first subject and capitals follows as the second. Well done, usual suspects. You've won the first round. Time to switch you off and we'll see you in round 2. And away they go, waving in a friendly manner. Don't be misled. With the usual suspects gone, what do you make of the 2 they've chosen? Civil War?
Ooh.
Really?
Not so sure on that. Capitals, I'm not too sure. No, capitals, I feel a little bit comfortable with that. Yeah, I'm okay with that.
All right, looking at the list on the left there, which ones would you really like?
The theatre. Tipples, I mean, yeah.
Well, you don't go to the theatre without enjoying a drink, do you?
No, got to drink after.
Also, which ones do you really not want?
Hammer horror, I think. And the Hulk.
OK, well, Freddie, it's only the first round. You still
Okay.
have 2 more rounds to find perfection and choose your own categories for the final, which is the way forward, really.
Yeah.
You ready for the next round?
Yes, I am.
Good.
Yeah.
Let's play round 2. Your 45 seconds starts now. Ken Follett writes best-selling cookery books.
False.
False. Haggis is traditionally made from rabbit meat.
False.
False.
Yeah.
Harold Harefoot was a king of England.
That's false, yeah.
False.
Yeah.
And Leicester Tigers are a leading cricket team.
Oh, goodness. Cricket. No, I think that's false too.
False. And again,
Yeah.
with loads of time to spare, you've answered all 4 statements. You looked a little more uncomfortable with that, Ram.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking a bit more about it, but I know about the haggis though, because I don't believe that's a rabbit.
OK, well, before we reveal exactly how well you've done, it's time for us to bring back the usual suspects. Usual suspects, these were the 4 statements, and next to them are Freddie's answers. Ross, has she achieved perfection?
Nick, I don't think Freddie has achieved perfection. The one I would probably change is question A. I think that could be true.
Terry, what do you make of them?
The only one I'm sort of like not sure on is A. All the rest, I think she's done okay.
Freddie, the moment of truth, they seem to think that you've got at least 1 wrong. You need to have answered all 4 statements perfectly to win the round. Let's see how many are correct. Well, it's better than last time, but not good enough, I'm afraid. You failed to achieve perfection. And as a result, once again, you've let your enemies, the usual suspects, into the game.
Okay.
Usual suspects, can you steal the round? You can see Freddie's answers. You need to change 1, but which one?
What do you guys think?
I think
Number
looking
1?
at
A.
A?
Yeah.
Sure.
I'm sure I've heard
Yeah,
of it,
well,
yeah.
I mean, we all seem to
we're
on the
not
same
sure
page.
about the others, but we're definitely leaning toward A.
So you're changing A
A to true.
from false to true. Thank you very much, leaving B, C and D as answered by Freddie. Usual suspects, let's find out what the correct answers are. Ken Follett writes best-selling cookery books. Is that true or false? It's false. Thrillers and historical fiction. So I'm afraid, Usual Suspects, you've blown it. No wonder, can you still achieve perfection at home? Let's run through the statements and the answers. Haggis is traditionally made from rabbit meat. Could this be true? Look at all the Scots up there saying no. It is, of course, false. Yes, it's made from a combination of sort of liver and stomach, hearts. So, Harold Harefoot was a king of England. Is that true or false? It was true, from 1037 to 1040. Leicester Tigers are a leading cricket team. True or false? It is false, of course. They are a rugby union team. Usual Suspects, had you achieved perfection, you would now have the opportunity to make Freddie's chances of winning the prize fund much harder in the final. Let's have a look at the board. So, 2 subjects chosen on there by the Usual Suspects, but Freddie, because neither side won the round, the 2 categories that were due to be chosen will now be carried over to the next round, meaning 4 categories will be on offer in the next round. Usual Suspects, I'm going to switch you off for now. We'll see you in round 3. And away they go. Freddie, obviously, with 4 categories on offer in the next round, it'd be a really good one to achieve perfection.
Yeah.
You ready?
Yes, I am.
Then let's play round 3. Your 45 seconds starts now. Through a telescope, Neptune appears to be red.
Neptune. No, that's false.
False.
Yeah.
Alfie Boe is famous as a concert pianist.
Don't think he was a pianist. I'd say false for that one.
False.
Yeah.
The MP Charles Kennedy was once in the SAS.
No, I think that's false as well.
False. And finally, Mauritania is a country in West Africa.
No, that's false.
False.
Yes.
And well within the time, you've answered all 4 statements. Happy with that?
Yeah, I think so,
You
actually.
seem more confident now.
Yeah.
OK, well, look, before we reveal exactly how well you've done, time for us to bring back the Usual Suspects. So, Usual Suspects, these are the 4 statements, and next to them are Freddie's answers. Bibi, has she achieved perfection?
No, she hasn't. And this is going to be really sad if I get this wrong, because I'm originally Nigerian, and that's in West Africa. And so I should know all about that. So Mauritania is in West Africa, if I'm right.
Right.
So I think that's wrong.
OK. Freddie, the moment of truth, you need to have answered all 4 statements perfectly to have won the round. Let's find out how many you got correct.
All right.
3 out of 4. Again, good score, but it's not perfection. And as a result, once again, you've let your enemies, the Usual Suspects, into the game.
Okay.
Usual Suspects, can you steal the round? You can see Freddie's answers. You need to change one of them, but which one?
It's going to be D.
Yeah.
I would agree.
OK, changing D from false to true, leaving A, B and C as answered by Freddie. Usual Suspects, let's find out what the correct answers are. Through a telescope, Neptune appears to be red. True or false? False, sometimes known as the blue planet. In fact, Alfie Boe is famous as a concert pianist. True or false? False. He is, in fact, do you know what he is?
I imagine playing Winwood.
No, he's a tenor.
Tenor? Okay.
The MP Charles Kennedy was once in the SAS. True or false? False. Although Paddy Ashdown did actually have links to the military. And Mauritania is a country in West Africa. It's perfectly OK, BB. You are perfectly safe. You can show your face around the place again. It is true. Congratulations, Usual Suspects. You have achieved perfection. Yes, so great effort there by the Usual Suspects. They've succeeded where you failed, I'm afraid, Freddie, and as a result, they've stolen the round. Let's see the final board. 2 subjects on there already chosen by the Usual Suspects, and because you've won the round, you've earned the right to choose the next 4 categories to add to the board. That's 2 from this round and 2 that rolled over from the previous round. So which 4 would you like?
Rain. I mean,
Rain.
that's
Yeah.
pretty nondescript.
We could try, if you
Yeah.
want together. Rain?
OK, Rain goes across.
I'm thinking the Hulk. What do you guys think?
Yeah?
Right?
Okay.
The Hulk?
The Hulk goes across.
Freddie looks like she may be a wine drinker, so perhaps doesn't know too much about tipples.
Yeah.
You gonna try that?
Yeah, tipples.
Tipples goes across. OK, we need just 1 more.
Stand-ups.
Fred looks like she likes a laugh.
Yeah, but there's a lot of new guys out in the stand-up thing now that...
We're gonna go for
Stand-ups.
stand-ups.
Yeah.
Lovely, thank you very much. Stands Up goes in and becomes the last. We now know our 6 final categories. They are Civil War, Capitals, Rain, the Hulk, Tipples, and Stand-Ups. Guys, it's time to switch you off for the final time. And away they go. OK, what do you make of that final board? The Hulk?
Well, not the Hulk, no.
You specifically said you didn't want that
the typical
one.
one's quite nice. I think.
Stand-ups?
Not so sure about stand-ups, especially the new ones.
Tiffles was handy, though. That was one of the ones you actually
I
fancied.
quite fancy that, yeah.
Yeah?
The rain one.
sort of, well, it depends, really, doesn't it?
Be interesting.
Yeah, all right, Freddie, for £2,000, it's time to play the final. Freddie, this is the all-important final. If you can achieve perfection, you could be leaving with a prize fund of £2,000. If you fail, you'll be leaving with nothing, which would be great news for the usual suspects, as one of them could be playing for a rollover of £3,000 on the next game. You don't want that to happen, do you?
No.
You want to send money home?
Yes, I do.
Let's play the final round. Freddie, here are your final categories. You must answer all 6 statements correctly if you want to win the £2,000. Think carefully, there's no time limit. Once you've given your answer, your first answer is locked in. Are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready to go.
Let's reveal your first statement. Please tell me whether you believe it to be true or false.
Okay.
Civil War. Roundheads fought for the king in the Civil War.
That's true.
True.
Yeah.
Capitals. Isengard is the capital of Macedonia.
Actually, I'd say that's false. Don't know why I'm saying that, but
False. Rain. Gamp is an old word for an umbrella.
Gamp. I've never heard of that word at all. No, I think that's false, actually.
False.
Yeah.
The Hulk. Edward Norton starred in The Incredible Hulk.
Norton. True. I'm going to go true with that one.
True.
Yeah.
Tipples. Champagne and stout make a black velvet.
Yes, that is true.
True.
Yeah.
And finally, stand-ups. Stuart Lee was in the Mary Whitehouse Experience.
True. I'd say that was true.
True.
Yeah.
And with that, Freddie, those answers are locked in. Remember, if there's one single mistake, you leave with nothing. Which ones are you worried about?
F, actually. Worried about that one. C. Gamp. Word for an
C.
umbrella. Yeah.
Gamp. So C and F are the ones you're worried about. All right, well, let's bring back the usual suspects and see what they've got to say. Usual suspects, you can now see the final 6 statements, and next to them are Freddie's answers. Freddie, your answers are locked in. You can't change them by yourself, but if you think you've made a mistake, you can unlock them with the help of the usual suspects. This will, however, come at a cost.
Okay.
Freddie, who would you like to hear from first?
BB.
Hi, Freddie.
Hello.
How well do you think you've done?
Well, there's a couple that I'm not really sure of at all.
There's some I know you've done really, really well on, and there's a couple I'm not sure of. And to be honest, I'm not sure if I want to risk it. You can come back to me later. I'm still having to think.
Okay.
Who would you like to hear from next?
Ross. Hi, Ross.
I would like to come and help you, Freddie, but to be honest, I'm not really sure on most of these questions. So if I did come down, I would probably want to come down for, let's say, 1,200. But I'm not really sure that I do want to come down because I'm not sure it would be a great help for you.
So if Ross does come down, he'll want £1,200 of your £2,000. Do you want to hear from Terry?
Yeah, Terry.
Just looking at them, there's one that I can see is definitely wrong, one that I know is definitely right, and the other 4, I have no idea. So I'm afraid I would be coming down. It would be blind leading the blind. So I think I would have to rule myself out for coming down and give you a hand, Freddie. I'm sorry.
So Terry's ruling himself out.
Okay.
What do you think?
Right, let me see. I might take it on my own, actually.
Yes?
I don't know why I'm saying that, but yeah. I'm gonna go for
OK,
it.
well, in that case, negotiations
Yeah.
are suspended on the basis that Freddie doesn't need your help and is willing to go it alone. £2,000 at stake, 6 answers away. Let's find out if you've achieved perfection. Right, let's start at the top and go down. Roundheads fought for the king in the Civil War. You said this was true. We need this to turn green to get you on your way. Is it true or false? Sad it's false, I'm afraid.
Okay.
Straight away, we know you haven't achieved perfection and therefore won't be going home with the money. The Roundheads were, in fact, the parliamentary troops.
Right.
I wonder whether you can achieve perfection at home. Let's go through the rest of the statements. Isengard is the capital of Macedonia. You said that was false. It is false. It's actually a place in the Lord of the Rings.
All right, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't look at that.
Gamp is an old word for an umbrella. You said that was false. It is, in fact, true.
Okay.
After Mrs. Gamp from Martin Chuzzlewit.
All right.
Edward Norton starred in The Incredible Hulk. You said this was true. Is it true or false? It is true, in actual fact. Champagne and stout make a black velvet. You said that was true. Is it true or false? True. Stuart Lee was in the Mary Whitehouse Experience. You said this was a bit of a guess.
Yeah.
True or false? It's actually false.
Okay.
So, usual suspects, that's good news for you. The prize fund rolls over to the next game where one of you could be playing for a total of £3,000. Free, you were brave, you went it alone, but in the end you failed to achieve perfection, which means you go home with nothing. I hope you enjoyed playing the game, though.
It's been fantastic.
Ladies and gentlemen,
thank you very
Freddie.
much.
Right, it's now time to meet the next usual suspect, hoping to play perfection today. New usual suspect, please introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Nicola. I'm from Great Yarmouth and I'm a mystery shopper.
Welcome, Nicola. Best of luck to all of you as we now find out which one of you has been randomly picked to play perfection. Phoebe, it's you. You've been chosen. Please come and play perfection. Phoebe, welcome to the game.
Thank you.
I should talk about the pregnancy because it is close, isn't
Can you
it?
see all angles?
You're carrying all out the front, aren't you?
Yes.
Which means it's a boy, I
It's a
think.
boy, here.
Yeah. So how close are we? Do I have to be
6
worried?
weeks, you're fine. 6 weeks.
You've got hot water and towels just off
What
from...
is that? What is the hot water thing?
Do you know, I've
What's
not
it
worked out what
for?
they're for. I think probably for me, in case I pass out. That's something...
How is hot water? What is the hot water for? Exactly.
Do you know, I'm not altogether sure. Oh, well, look, BB, it's now you versus the usual suspects. They were your teammates, now they're your enemies. Every game on perfection is worth £1,000. Here's the good news, as nobody has won the last 2 games, the prize fund currently stands at £3,000. So, what did you spend the money on?
My husband is so hardworking, so dedicated. So take him to a spa, do something really nice for him.
What a lovely idea. Oh, smash it. OK, well, look, good luck. 3 rounds of the finals to come. Usual suspects, we're going to switch you off for now so that you can't see or hear anything. But as soon as BB makes a mistake, you'll be back in the game. And away they go. BB, you can now talk through your answers without giving away any vital knowledge.
Right.
Let's play perfection. Round 1, your 45 seconds starts now. Penelope Cruz is an Oscar winner.
True.
True. J.K. Rowling originally had no middle name.
True.
True. Archimedes' screw was an ancient weapon.
I'm not sure about that one. False.
False. And finally, Barack Obama is a member of the Republican Party.
False.
False. And with half your time left, you've answered all 4 statements. That sounded very positive.
Yes. I know. I'm sure of 3.
OK, before we reveal how well you've done, it's time for us to bring back the usual suspects. So, usual suspects, these were the 4 statements, and next to them are BB's answers. Let's start with you, Ross. Has she achieved perfection?
Hi, Nick. I think BB has had a good chance of achieving perfection in this round. However, I remember watching a programme on J.K. Rowling, and I'm pretty sure she does have a middle name, so I would probably change that one myself.
All right, Terry, what do you think? Has she achieved perfection?
I'm a big J.K. Rowling fan. I've read all the books, and I think the same. I think that's the one that she may have tripped up on.
Well, now they've made me feel really uncomfortable.
Don't you
So I
worry.
thought-
BB, it's the moment of truth. We're about to put you out of your misery. You need to have answered all 4 statements perfectly to have won the round. Let's find out how many are correct. Congratulations, BB. You've achieved perfection. There you go. I think you can say that's 1 over on the usual suspects. Let's have a look at those answers. If the statement is true, it will turn green. If it's false, it will turn red. Penelope Cruz is an Oscar winner. You're absolutely right. It is true. J.K. Rowling originally had no middle name. Oddly enough, that is actually true. Archimedes' screw was an ancient weapon. You said it's false, and it is false. It's actually used to lift water. And Barack Obama is a member of the Republican Party. That is, of course, false. He is a member of the Democratic Party. BB, as a result of that perfect performance, you've made winning the prize fund a lot easier, and here's how. Appearing in front of you is your final board. These 6 blank spaces need to be filled with subject categories. Here are your final round categories appearing, starting with broadcasting, ranging through Italy, philosophers, Rooney, to film industry, and many more in between. Because you won the round, you've earned the right to choose 2 categories to add to the board. So which 2 do you fancy?
Okay, film industry.
Film industry goes across.
Okay. And let's try pop stars.
And pop stars goes across too. Usual suspects, we'll see you in the next round. Let's switch you off for now. Now that they've gone, over on the left they're looking at those subjects. Which ones would you not want to get?
Cavalry and, funny enough, Scotland.
Scotland, you're a bit worried on that one as well.
My husband would not find that funny because he's Scottish.
Yes, OK. Phoebe, you've made a great start to the game. Are you ready?
Yes, I am.
Then let's get on with round 2. Your 45 seconds starts now. Prague is the capital of the Czech Republic.
That is correct.
So you're saying?
True.
True. Here's looking at you, kid, is a line in Casablanca.
That's true.
True.
No.
A mandrill is a type of monkey.
No, that's false.
False. And finally, the Human Torch was a founder member of the X-Men.
False.
False. And with time to spare,
Jeez.
you've answered all 4 statements. But can I take it from the squeak that came out that you answered too quickly on one of them?
Yeah, the Human Torch, I think, was Fantastic Four.
Right.
But now I'm thinking there's a guy who used to throw fire in X-Men. Was he the Human Touch? But and then here's looking at you, kid. Did Humphrey Bogart say that to what's her name in Casablanca? He did say it, didn't he?
We can find out in a short while, but before we reveal how well you've done, it's time to bring back the usual suspects. So, usual suspects, these were the 4 statements, and next to them are BB's answers. Nicola, has she achieved perfection?
The last 2 I'm not 100% certain on, particularly the Human Torch one. The first 2 I know she's definitely got right, so I think she's got a very good shot at it again.
All right, Terry, has she achieved perfection?
I don't think so, no. I think a mandrill is a type of monkey.
All right, then. BB, the moment of truth. You need to have answered all 4 statements perfectly to have won the round. Let's find out how many you've got correct. Three out of 4 isn't bad, but it's certainly not perfection, and you've now let your enemies, the usual suspects, into the game. Usual suspects, can you steal the round? You can see BB's answer, you need to change one of them, but which one?
I think it's C, the mandrill.
That's the one I really wasn't certain on.
Nick, we would like to change C to true.
C changes from false to true, leaving A, B and D as answered by BB. Usual suspects, let's find out what the correct answers are. Prague is the capital of the Czech Republic. True or false? Yeah, it's true. Here's looking at you, kid, is a line in Casablanca. Is that true or false? Humphrey Bogart to Ingrid Bergman, as you said, BB, absolutely true. A mandrill is a type of monkey. True or false? Yeah, it is true, usual suspects. Well done. Well, you know where this is going now. The Human Torch was a founder member of the X-Men. True or false? It is false. Congratulations, usual suspects. You have achieved perfection. Yeah, he was in fact a member of the Fantastic Four. Let's see the final board. Currently, there are 2 subjects chosen in the final by BB, but because you won the round, usual suspects, you get the chance to choose the next 2 categories to add to the board. So, which 2 would you like?
I remember BB saying that she hadn't travelled that much in Europe, so I think Italy would probably be a good one, or seas.
No, I think she's travelled quite a bit, so I think philosophers would be a good one to go for.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll go for philosophers, first of all, Nick.
Philosophers goes across. And the next one?
I also remember BB saying that she wasn't too clued up on Scotland, on the history of Scotland. So if it was a history question, that would probably be a good one to go for.
Right, yeah.
Shall we go for Scotland as well, please, Nick?
And Scotland goes across. Congratulations, usual suspects. You've won the second round. It's time to switch you off, and we'll see you in round 3. And away they go. Now, you see, I told you they weren't so nice, were they? Because he's used a bit of inside information. Really?
No.
No. Because they picked Scotland, which is one you said that you didn't want to.
Yes.
Blimey, you're going to have to get that right now, aren't you, if you want to go home?
For all the honour of my in-laws and everybody.
Yeah,
History of Scotland.
Well, you still have one more chance to find perfection and choose your own categories for the final. Are you ready to play the next round?
Yes.
Let's play round 3. Your 45 seconds start now. A Bedfordshire clanger is a sponge cake.
False.
False. Herpetologists study reptiles and amphibians.
I have no idea. I'm going to say true, but I don't know.
True. Pac-Man was the world's first computer game.
Perhaps, I think true. Not sure, but maybe true.
True. And finally, Chairman Mao died in 1949.
False.
False. And with time to spare, you've answered all 4 statements. You look under more pressure there.
Yeah, I'm not sure about this one.
Not stressed though, are you? I'm just worried about the baby and the...
You know, enough. Get all the baby jokes out of the way.
No, it's not a joke. I'm just worried for you. I would like, you know...
No, I'm fine.
We're not overstressing you.
No, not at all.
All right, I'm very pleased to hear it. OK, well, before we reveal how well you've done, it's time to bring back the usual suspects. So, usual suspects, these are the 4 statements, and next to them are BB's answers. Terry, has she achieved perfection?
The only one I would have any issue is Bedfordshire clanger. Never heard of it, so it could be wrong or right.
All right, BB, the moment of truth. You need to have answered all 4 statements perfectly to have won the round. Let's find out how many are correct. Three out of 4, but it's not perfection, which means you've let the usual suspects back into the game. Can you steal the round? You can see BB's answers. You need to change one of them.
I think
I think it could be A.
The A, the
Yeah.
cake.
I think it's a group choice, Nick. We're going to go with A to true, please.
A changes from false to true, leaving B, C and D as answered by BB. Usual suspects. Let's find out what the correct answers are. A Bedfordshire clanger is a sponge cake. This is the important one. Is it true or false? It's false. Usual suspects, you've blown it at the first hurdle. Actually, the Bedfordshire clanger is like a pasty. It's got jam at one end and meat at the other. No wonder, can you still achieve perfection at home? Let's run through the statements and the answers. Herpetologists study reptiles and amphibians. True or false? Yeah, that is actually true. Pac-Man was the world's first computer game. True or false? That's the one that's false.
Right.
Pong.
Ping pong.
Pong, yeah. That was the... You remember it, Terry?
Yeah.
You might have thought of it earlier. Chairman Mao died in 1949. True or false? Yeah, it is false. In actual fact, that's pretty much when he rose to power, not when he died. 1976 was when he finally died. Let's have a look at the board. 4 subjects on there, 2 chosen by BB, 2 chosen by the usual suspects, and it's going to stay an even-handed final because nobody managed to win round 3. We still have 2 blank spaces to fill, and to fill those spaces, you'll take it in turn to choose a category. So BB, as a single player, you get to choose first. Which category would you like?
I'm going to try Italy.
Italy goes across. Usual suspects.
I think we should go for C's, but
Yeah.
what do you think?
Yeah,
Okay, well, I'll go along with the
C.
majority.
We'll go for C's, Nick.
C's goes across. We now know our 6 final categories. They are film industry, pop stars, philosophers, Scotland, Italy, and C's. Usual suspects. It's time to switch you off for the final time. And away they go. That's really interesting because they were talking about how you've travelled a lot and you shouldn't. And then they pick you C's.
Hey, they might have a game plan. Who knows?
Right. Well, yeah, OK. Well, look, BB, for £3,000, it's time to play the final. BB, this is the all-important final. If you could achieve perfection, you could be leaving with a prize fund of £3,000. If you fail, you'd be leaving with nothing, which would be great news for our usual suspects, as one of them could be playing for a rollover of £4,000 on the next game. And you don't want that to happen, do you?
Not really.
No. So let's play the final round. Here are your final 6 categories, BB. Think carefully, there's no time limit, but once you've given an answer, your first answer, it's locked in. Let's reveal your first statement. Please tell me whether you believe it to be true or false. Film industry. Dolly grips make special effects for films.
No, the grips are the guys who work, and then the dolly's a camera. So a dolly grip doesn't make special effects. I don't know. I'm going to say false.
False. Pop stars. Promise This was a #1 for Cheryl Cole in 2010.
I think it was very briefly a #1. Very, very briefly. I'm going to say true.
True. Philosophers. Karl Marx was born in Russia.
Karl Marx. I know this. I did this in first year law school. No, he wasn't. He was Polish. Okay. False.
False. This is the one you were worried about. Scotland. A claymore is a Scottish meat pasty.
Can I call my mother-in-law?
Sadly, we don't have caller friends on this one.
I've never heard of it, so I'm going to say false.
False. Italy. Venice is known as La Serenissima.
La Serenissima means the most serene. I've never heard it referred to for Venice, but I mean, Venice is very serene with the gondolas and everything, so probably. False.
False. And finally, seas. The Dead Sea is larger by area than the Red Sea.
The Dead Sea. You know, I'm going to say true. I'm just going to go for true. I'm not sure, but I'm going to say true.
True. BB, those answers are locked in. Remember, if there's one single mistake, you leave with nothing. Which ones are you worried about?
All of them.
Really? All of them? Mm-hmm. Well, let's bring back the usual suspects to see what they have to say. Usual suspects, you can now see the final 6 statements, and next to them are BB's answers. BB, your answers are locked in and you can't change them by yourself, but if you think you've made a mistake, you can unlock them with the help of the usual suspects. This will, however, come at a cost. BB, who would you like to hear from first?
From Ross.
Hi, BB. How confident are you with your answers?
Quite confident about a few.
Okay, well, I'm 100% confident, BB, that you have one wrong, and I'd be willing to come down to help you for 1,600.
He wants 1,600 of your 3,000. He wants the lion's share.
Okay. Let me hear from Terry.
Okay.
There's only one that I would have issue with, but I'm not confident on that myself. But if I was to come down, I'd be looking for 2.
Big Dad, so Terry wants 2,000 of the 3,000, so you're not short of offers at the moment.
Nicola?
I think you've done very well as well, BB. Again, I think there is one there that might be wrong, but I'm not 100% certain, so I'm counting myself out.
Nicola's counting herself out.
Right.
So, you've got a couple of offers there. What do you think? Or do you, they might be bluffing. You might have it and they're just coming down for some cash.
Yeah, Ross, so why don't you come down for 1,200 and let's just do this.
1,200 is the offer, Ross.
Let's make it 1,500 and I'll be there in a second.
Okay, it's a deal.
It's a deal. So, negotiations are finished. Ross, for £1,500 of the £3,000, please come and join us.
Thank you.
OK, BB, you've asked Ross for help. If you achieve perfection, it will cost you £1,500 of your potential prize fund of £3,000. Ross, you've now forfeited your chance to play in the next game. This is your only shot at winning perfection. Have you made the right decision? I think we're about to find out. Here are the final round statements. All 6 answers are now unlocked. Ross, which answers do you want BB to change?
Well, I hate to tell you this, BB, but I was bluffing you. I thought I would come down here and try for the prize money, because I think you've done really well.
Can I just check something with you first of all? So, Ross, you bluffed because you think she's done really well, and she sounded really confident.
Piggy banker.
Yeah.
Piggy banker.
BB, when you said that you were confident on all these to Ross, how confident were you actually?
I was bluffing too.
So essentially you bluffed each other into a situation. Nice. OK, so you might want to have a little chat about all
Let's
these.
have a chat. Well, dolly groups. I used to work in sort of airline industry before going into teaching, and I know that dollies were used to sort of stop things. I've got a funny feeling a dolly group might be used as sort of a prop to stop things.
I mean, I know a dolly is a kind of camera that makes
I think it is false.
Okay.
Okay.
Promise this was really, really, I think it came out, it was #1, but for a very short time.
Yeah, I would say that's true.
Karl Marx, I should know this, because I did this in my first year of law school, and I aced my philosophy, but I cannot remember.
I would be happy to keep that false.
False, yeah?
Yeah.
You're Scottish. You're Scottish. You should know this.
This is terrible. I've never heard of it, so in that instance, I would say false.
On this show,
I'm sure I would have heard of
you
it.
cannot discount that. It could exist or something. You're going to say no?
I hope not.
Now, you've traveled. You do tourism. I speak Italian. Okay, La Serenissima means the most serene. Venice is serene, but you know, I'm not sure. I've never heard of Venice referred to as La Serenissima.
I've never heard it referred to, so I would be happy to keep that false. The last one that is an issue for me, you know.
I mean, it would seem the Red Sea seems like a big thing, and the Dead Sea seems like a small thing. So it would seem logically that would be bigger. But then, why put it as a question if it's so obvious?
BB, remember, it's still your decision. You don't have to listen to Ross.
Think?
However, the board is now completely open, and you can change all of your answers, a few of your answers, none of your answers. So do you want to make any changes?
Well, I'll be honest, I bluffed my way down here, BB, so I'm going to
Or
leave
you
it.
you can go back.
I'm going to leave it to you as a final choice.
I'm gonna hate myself later and if I miss this, but we're just gonna leave it as is. I can hear everybody at home who knows is going, ah!
Leave it as is. So lock them all in? Yeah?
Yeah.
All right. Lock them all in without any changes. £3,000 at stake. £1,500 to Ross. £1,500 to BB. Let's find out if you've achieved perfection. Well, let's start right at the top. Dolly Grips makes special effects for films. You were fairly confident that this was false, BB. If it is false, it will turn red and you're off to a flying start. Is it true or false? It is false. It is, in fact, the person who operates the camera, Dolly, as you said. Promise This was a #1 for Cheryl Cole in 2010. Now, you thought this was true, BB, if only for a brief time. Ross had no reason to think otherwise, so you stuck with true. You need this to turn green. Is it true or false? True. Karl Marx was born in Russia. You said this was false, BB. This is something that you studied. I wonder whether you've managed to pull the information out of the back of your mind. Here it comes. Is that true or false? It is false. Well, he was a German philosopher and he was born in Prussia, in actual fact. Now, this one, D, a claymore, is a Scottish meat pasty. Now, BB, you said that you hoped you got this right, obviously, with having a Scottish husband and in-laws. Yeah. Luckily, you had Ross come down, who's Scottish and very proud of his heritage, and said he had no idea at all. So you stuck to false. If it is false, it will turn red. A claymore is a Scottish meat pasty. Is that true or false?
It's true, sir.
It's false. You can now face the in-laws, BB. And Ross, you could show your face around town as well. It's actually a medieval two-handed sword. It's the giant sword, ceremonial swords that you see. Massive great thing.
My husband would know that.
Just 2 questions away from the £3,000. So we get to the next one. Venice is known as La Serenissima. Now, you know what La Serenissima means, BB?
Yes.
It means?
The most serene.
The most serene. You speak Italian. You've travelled a bit. Ross, what was it?
Oh, I work as a tourism lecturer.
You're
now,
a
so
tourism lecturer.
I really hope this one's false.
You need this to turn red to get you just one away from the £3,000. Venice is known as La Serenissima. Is it true or false? It's true. BB and Ross, I'm afraid that you didn't manage to achieve perfection, and as a result, you're not going home with any money. Do you know what's interesting about that is that you actually said to me it means the most serene. Which is absolutely right. You said that Venice is a very serene place with all the gondolas and the beautiful architecture, and then you said false. Well, I wonder whether you've achieved perfection at home. Let's have a look at the rest of the statements and find out, shall we? Finally, the Dead Sea is larger by area than the Red Sea. This is the one that Ross thought that you might change. You decided in the end not to. Is it true or false? Yeah, it is false. So, usual suspects, that's great news for you. The prize fund rolls over to the next game where one of you could be playing for a total of £4,000. BB, Ross, I'm afraid you failed to achieve perfection, which means that you both go home with nothing. But I hope you enjoyed playing the game.
Thank you.
Best of luck with the baby very soon. Ladies and gentlemen, it's BB and Ross. Well, that's all we have time for. Please join us next time when our usual suspects have the chance to play again, this time for £4,000. But remember, on this show, we only pay for absolute perfection. Goodbye.
Do you fancy your chances playing for perfection? Check out the website for details on how to apply for the auditions. Escape to the country next, house hunting in Powys.